All right, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, this Dawn from Kenya Gunners TV. And you already know, man. The thumbnail says it's a heated, fun debate. It's Arsenal versus Man United. So, first of all, man, in my top right, on the top right, we have Seda. Seda is actually a Man U fan. Seda unasemaje, bro?
Niko fiti nategea tu game ya kesho.
Sawa. And then we have Bridget. Bridget is an Arsenal fan. She's a Gunner. Bridget, what are you telling me? Bridget, hauna psych bana, ongea na psych. I can't hear you, maza. Where's the energy, bana? Are you intimidated already? Don't be intimidated, man. It's 3+2. We have 3 Arsenal fans in here, and we only have 2 Man U fans in here. So don't be intimidated, my dear sister. So,
Okay.
all right. And then we have Rich. Rich, man, what are you telling me?
Yay, come on you Gunners. Good to be here, man. We are here again. Game na tuambie watu wa Man U kesho ni ile siku utarudi kulilia chooni huko Old Trafford. Yes sir. Good to see you all.
Point of correction tuchezea Old Trafford. That's how confused people are. Tuko Fly Emirates leo. Kesho.
Relax.
Old Trafford.
Let me correct this Man U fan, yeah? So Rich said you guys are going to cry, by the way, at Old Trafford. He didn't say, but they're going to cry.
Okay.
He said you're going to
Okay.
cry at Old Trafford.
We'll see about that.
All right, sister. Anyway, so basically, let me just bring you up to speed of what I actually want us to discuss about. Yes, Reed, you're saying?
You had not introduced Lewis.
Oh, I don't introduce. He had already introduced himself. I was actually getting ready by the to introduce himself, lakini maze Kierere ikakuja maze kitendo. But it's okay. It is what it is. We understand them. Wanazanga na Kierere hivyo, and then game ikianza na kwa hard kidogo. All right, so then. So I want us to actually just look at there's something I want to project on my screen. Let me know if you guys are able to see it. So first of all, let me just bring you up to speed of the match statistics. That is the last 5 home matches. That is Arsenal versus Man U. So now in 2018, 2019, we actually beat Man U 2-0. Okay. And then in 2019, 2020, Arsenal went ahead and actually beat Man U 2-0 again. Okay. And then 2020, 2021, this was Corona period. Basically, there are no fans but in the stadium. We drew, that is 0-0. Okay. And then 2021, 2022, Arsenal equally, but they beat Man U 3-1. All right. And then now last year, 2022, 2023, we actually beat you guys 3-2 as well. So basically, these are the match stats at home. Okay. So let me first of all let me give Rich an opportunity, but let's talk about the stats. Rich, what do you make of the stats?
Well done. Looking at those stats, and they are quite impressive. You know, the good record: 5 wins, 4 wins, and a draw. There is no L there. My only worry is that we are conceding at home. That is my biggest worry from the start. But basically, if you look at it, that's a good performance, you know, against our arch rival. We've been rivals for eternity. We'll always be rivals till forever. So if we keep on the good record, I believe tomorrow's game will be another walkover for us.
Okay.
But with a clean, that's a good victory. And against Man U, we just aim to keep that good record tomorrow. Yes.
Well, Anyway, I must admit, by the statistics, as much as yes, we have a run by the we've been in these games by the Emirates. Going at Old Trafford, they've equally given us a hard time. So it's not like I'm being biased because it's the game that is being played at Emirates, of course. But even at Old Trafford, and we'll do a video as well. By the day, probably we'll be going to Old Trafford. We'll equally do a video and we'll equally bring the match stats. So I know Bade Manu equally has had a very good run by the Old Trafford. So I'm not being biased, yeah. So anyway, let me give Bridget by the chance. So Bridget, what are you telling me? Have you seen the match stats? What do you make of it?
As you all know, we are rivals with the Manu team since time, and even if Arsenal can be at its worst peak, it will still play like the best. Manu.
Yeah.
Now that is one thing I love about Arsenal. Even with this Arteta system,
Yeah.
it will still play like no other game. So I'm very much optimistic with the first 11. I know we will beat leaders. I know.
Yeah.
And currently, ukiangalia the stats,
Yeah.
Arsenal still Arsenal is still the G's of the game. So I have confidence in Arteta that with this first start, if that is going to play the formation he has been using last season, we are going to win. Yeah.
All right. So then. So enough with the Arsenal fans. Let me bring in the Man U fans. Which onions and this Seda seems like a very nice guy, but then Pole ama tu mazani vile camera ijakuwa projected on you. Seda man, what do you make as of the match starts?
Okay, actually, you have not had a very good run there at Emirates.
Yeah.
For quite some period of time. But I think for tomorrow we are going to fight. I'm very sure about that. We are going to fight. For the first time, you are going to smell some smoke in the actually. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
So
okay, no. Yes, Seda, go ahead.
So like tomorrow, I think for the first time we are going to play with a striker, and I'm very sure that it will be a tough match. And let's wait for it.
All right, so Star. Well, that's your point. I'll equally come back to you, but I'll equally ask you why you're confident that they're going to win at the Emirates. But anyway, those are your thoughts. So let me bring in the Kierere guy, man. So looking at the stats.
First of all, can you share the stats? Because I noticed there's a problem with that. Huh?
Let me share the stats with you as there. Okay. It's projected on the screen. So these are the stats. So tell me.
That is 2020, 2023, right?
Yes.
From 2020. That is from 2020?
So this is back from 2018.
2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay. Let me remind you. Let me remind you this year. We played against you people, right? What was the results? 2-0. That's one. The second one, back in 2022, we defeated you also 3-1. Hiyo hujaeka hapo.
Hiyo ilikuwa home. Ilikuwa at Old Trafford.
Hiyo ilikuwa Old Trafford. Yes. So as much as unaweka hapa hivi umetugonga sana 2022, 2021, hata sisi tulikuwa tunashinda. We are also winning.
Let me clarify this, yeah? The match is happening the match is happening. If you go back to the conversation I was saying to our conversation earlier on, I was saying these are match statistics as per the games that have been played at the Emirates.
Oh, at Emirates.
Yeah. So I agree with the fact that you guys have beaten us by that Old Trafford. But remember, this is the Emirates. So we are basically talking about the Emirates. So like
Emirates.
What do you make of the stats by the Emirates?
Okay, at Emirates kidogo ni tricky, but we shall try. We shall try our best. But all along we have been playing minus the striker. At least right now we have a striker. Things will be different. Okay. Things will be different.
Okay.
You know what
Rich.
Yes, Rich, go ahead.
Manu, what you seem to forget that you had a striker. You had that tall guy from Netherlands.
Weghorst.
Yeah,
that's not a striker. That was not a striker.
Ule alikuwa ni scarecrow.
That was a scarecrow, man. We alieka Rich, get this straight. We alieka tu hapo hiyo kimbie tu kwa pitch. So that was not the main that is not huh?
What is the excuse? Because you didn't have a striker, that's why we defeated you, or what is your excuse of all time?
You cannot say that you did not have a striker and you had Weghorst playing there. You had a striker.
Weghorst was just there to fill the gap.
Because was just there to fill the gap.
Hold on. Rich, let me ask a question, by the way. So the Man U guys actually are saying you had a scarecrow as a striker, yeah? He was basically there to fill the gap, just to run around and whatnot, yeah? All right. First of all, just before we go ahead, let me allow me to actually welcome the 6Ks you have on board. Ensure you like this live, share. Let's get this live to 1,000 likes, yeah? And if you're new here, ensure you also subscribe as well. So you actually saying you had a scarecrow. Back to Junior, back to Lewis and Sada. You are saying you had a scarecrow as a striker. But let me ask you, man, who was making these decisions by putting a scarecrow as a striker?
The manager.
Yes.
The manager.
Yeah.
Let me answer you. You know, beggars can't be choosers, right? Kama tu kwa na option nyingine angeka nani? So we didn't, in short, we didn't have the person to fill that gap. That's why he was there. That's why aliyekwa cheze tu.
But he played as a striker. What you're saying is, the fact is, he played as a striker. The coach made a decision to play him as a striker. So he was a striker.
Yeah.
So we're not disputing on that. He was a striker.
Listen.
Tell me.
Just like a very good example. Just like a very good example. Right now, in our situation, let's say we don't have Lindelof, we don't have Varane, we don't have Martinez. Nani atabaki hapo? Maguire. Who trusts Maguire in that lineup? No one. But he'll have to play simply because he's the only person remaining.
But essentially, he's your player. So your player is your player. So Musuruke player when your player is your player. When it's Maguire, your player is your player.
I have a question.
Okay. So Rich has a question by the before actually let's set that in. So Rich, you're saying?
I have a question for you, Seda and Lewis. See, you are saying you had a scarecrow. Let's say, quote unquote, scarecrow striker, senior. And now you have a new striker, young, 21, I think, Hoyland, senior.
Yeah.
So, where is the guarantee that Hoyland will not also flop and be a scarecrow? You know, I'm with the striker. Every time you didn't have a striker, yet you had a striker. You just did not know how to use him, you know, because Weghorst, when he was in Besiktas, he was a good player. You saw even what he did for the Netherlands national team. He scored.
So in short, what are you trying to say?
In short, I'm saying, if the excuse that we did not have a striker, hata kesho, hata Hoyland akistart, you know, Manu is known for being a graveyard for careers of players. So there is no guarantee that Hoyland is going to be, you know, a superstar. I feel like you should not be so quick kumsema, sijui atashine until he's tried and tested. Plus, even if you look at Hoyland statistics, Atalanta last year, they're not bad. he did not score like 30 goals. He had, I think, 13 goals. Martinelli had more, and he's a left winger. Saka had more goals than Hoyland. You could have been hata mngekuja mnunue Balogun. Balogun had even better record at League One than even Hoyland. So Hoyland, there's no guarantee that he won't be a scarecrow, and that should not be an excuse for you. Yes.
Anyway, Seda, you're saying something. Let me just bring Seda on board. Yes, Seda, go ahead. What are you saying?
The difference between Wighost and Hujiland is coachable. Bado anaweza learn, ni 21 years old. Anaweza learn. He still has a lot of time and hard work if he puts on hard work. Lakini Wighost alikuwa mzee, ule jamaa hawezi coach. Ukimwambia wewe unamtuma tu kwa field aende akae huko juu, vitu zote zenye unafaa kumwambia hawezi fanya. Like alitoka na mabao ngapi?
Alikuwa na bao kweli?
Hata sikumbuki. Kama hata tap-in ilikuwa inamshinda, tap-in pekee inamshinda. Sasa mimi niko na hopes kwa Hujiland because the boy is still young. He has time. I know for sure ata click. Hakuna room hapo for flop, hakuna flop. That boy is not a flop.
Okay.
You could have taken Greenwood. Endelea.
Greenwood wacha ajifiche huko, tutamrudisha baadaye.
All right, sir. And it seems like we've lost Lewis, yeah? Let me bring in a comment from the comment section. So Roger Savaman, what are you telling me? So lame excuses from Man United fans. So said the man that's not me, man. That is not me. That is just somebody else commenting on this live. I wish Lewis to be here, but they to comment on this live as well. But let me try and see if we can drop him in as well. So Seda, what do you make of this? What do you make of this comment?
Actually, it is not a lame excuse because tulikuwa na striker mwenye hata afungi. Unajua, what is the primary goal of a striker? The primary function of a striker ni to score goals, and if you can't score goals, it means that you are not adding anything to the team. So you have to score goals.
So Rich, pick it up as I try and get hold of this guy. I'm trying to get a hold of Lewis. So pick it up from there.
So before Rich, I'm just wondering, how can a fan have excuses about a player? Like, are you Man United fans trying to say that all season you have not been having a legitimate striker? Like, what's your excuse? Is it the signings that you made? Because now all the teams were given chances to sign whichever player they wanted, depending on the amount they had. How come you start blaming the striking zone that it's the one that has led to your maybe now the part that you are kind of, let's say, weak? Because you cannot blame it, because if you are against the coach, you know what to do about it. If you are against the squad, you know what to do about it. So I don't think if you could just say you could tarnish a player because of your results as a fan. Yeah. So number one thing is that the confidence we Arsenal fans are having against the game tomorrow, that is also an impact that we will win. Definitely. So Man United has made the worst signing this season, and generally there's pressure between both teams. Arsenal here have pressure to win, and estimating from what the fans have just said, Man United has pressure to compete. So Arsenal says we have the pressure to win, but you have the pressure to compete because now you are in the lead. You can do better, guys. You can do better.
Anyway, said that somebody actually responded saying you're sugarcoating it, but anyway, those are his thoughts. So Rich, actually, you're saying something actually before Bridget cut in, before Bridget came in. So Rich, what are you saying?
Yeah, again, going back to Manu.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the Man United team and generally the game plan, you know, I was fortunate enough that place Niliona the game when we played versus was it last week when we played Fulham and Manu was playing Nottingham.
Nottingham Forest,
I
yeah.
was in a place hapa kwa mtaa tu. Hiyo place iko na screen mbili. Screen moja ilikuwa inaonyesha game ya Manu, screen ya pili ilikuwa inaonyesha game ya Arsenal. So I can say I was privileged to see both games at the same time. I could watch this kidogo tena ni change niingia hapa. And you know, it was a good comeback for Manu. There's no lie there. But then if you look if you look at that game from a neutral standpoint, you could see where the problem was. Our own game, I don't want to talk about our game because that's something else. Going back to Manu's game versus Nottingham.
Rich, let me cut you short. I feel like if you're going to criticize Manu, you might as well also criticize Arsenal as much as an Arsenal fan as well. So you can as well talk about the Arsenal beat part of it. Just to be fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay, let me talk about the Manu game.
Yes.
You know, we considered the first goal. I was there, and then seconds later, Manu conceded a goal, and then another 5 minutes later, Manu conceded a second goal. You see, that game, it was more like it was a one-sided game. Pretty majority of the game until when Nottingham got a red card, it was pretty much for me that was a very one-sided game. You know, Nottingham on the counter, Nottingham is not an easy team. Awoni uliona chenye alifanya scored the first goal, and then they scored the second goal via a set piece. So, and that comes back to look at the kind of game that Manu plays and the kind of system that they have. You know, if you look at Man United squad, I don't even think they have a lot of world-class players right now. Bruno playing with the Mount as a midfield, while Eriksen Alianza is not a good combination. Ukiangalia tu the system yenye Ten Hag anacheza, I don't even understand yake. Unajua ni more like it's a compact game. Akianza na the system yenye alianza first minute ndio anacheza na the last minute. I've not seen him try to change the system, a lot of inversions, a lot of forward runs. I've not seen that. The attacking threat by Manu generally pia ikiangalianga, it's not that good, you know. The only people who can score in that Manu team ni Rashford and Bruno. You know, if Rashford does not score or Bruno, then kitumbua cha Manu kiko mchangani. And that is worrying for me. You know, and then Hoyland, a young player coming in, but it's too early to say. Hata hatujamuona akishika ball. Hata tuko sure, we are not even sure if he will start tomorrow, you know. You might even start with Rashford as the striker, and then he comes on as a sub because remember, he's off of an injury. So he's not a guaranteed starter like that. He will play the first 90 minutes. Probably he's not going to start, he'll be on the bench, and then he might come on. Yeah. But so basically, ukiangalia Manu, I really don't think they are that good, especially from last week's game. And then ukiangalia, they also lost to Tottenham 2-0. They were poor in that game as well. So they have an L already. They have an L. They have a draw. They have a draw. They have an L. They have 2 wins and an L, you know. So they have already lost one game. And that L can also have an effect. Na venye wanakuja at the Emirates, I don't think it will be easy. So going back to you, Seda, ukicompare hiyo game yenu na Nottingham where you had a comeback na game yetu na nini naitwaje Fulham, probably maybe uliona highlights peke yake. What do you make of the performances zetu, our performance and your team's performance in the last game?
Okay, hizo games mbili I think nilikuwa nafuatilia pia game ya Arsenali nikiwatch game ya Man United. Wacha nianze na game ya Arsenali kwanza. I think you played a good game. Sikujua kama I was very sure that Arsenal was not going to lose. At ilifika time fulani hapo pengine mlilose morali, alafu ndio baadaye mkakatch up. Nikirudi kwa game yetu ilikuwa poa after hizo goals mbili zilianza juu. Coach alipeana instructions, they stick to the plan. Na niliona kama hawakuwa wameogopa, sikuwa na tension. Walirudi tu kwa game wakiwa na positive mind from the word go, and then they walipata kitu yenye walifaa kupata, hawaku tense. Unajua shida yenye nakuanga ni team ikilose hopes. Ukiona kama Bruno anarusharusha mkono ujue ni vibaya, ni kubaya sasa. Lakini ukiona Bruno wako na hopes, ana encourage the team to move forward, wana hold possession, sikuwa na wasiwasi, we had to get something, but kuwin ilikuja automatic, though nilijua tunaweza hata pata ka draw hivi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Rich, go ahead.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts of the last performances? Last match, game week 2.
The last performances between Manu and Arsenal playing at the same time, I can say that all teams were very low. All teams.
Bridget,
yeah?
Let me just cut you short. Is it possible, probably, maybe you could get the phone close to you because it's chopping half your head. So get the phone close so you're able to see you and you're also audible enough. I don't know how you're going to hold it.
Not closer. Don. Not closer. Far away from her. Akika closer sandi itakata kabisa. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the only problem is we can't hear you. So it would be perfect if you probably have it close to your face. You see they are moving towards the camera, but I'm able to see where my head is. Yeah, so maybe it's something of the sort.
Now I hold it just like this the whole session.
Well, when you're talking, probably maybe you can hold it like that.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
The games that Man United and Arsenal played, generally the two teams did not do well as expected, because these are big teams. If you see the kind of playing they were doing, Man U tried, but Arsenal was at its worst. Trying systems here and there, not working. Eventually, we came out with a draw. Talking about the game that will take place tomorrow, I would like us to maybe start with the wing at Martinelli and Rashford. If you compare Martinelli and Rashford, Martinelli do create a lot of space. He goes for the ball and he does wonders. Unlike Rashford he doesn't fight for it. Wait, he doesn't create that scoring opportunities. Like he's more of he doesn't chances. And if you check at that wing for Martinelli and Rashford, Manu has to do better. I believe that Arteta is going to start Martinelli, and that's a risk. That's a risk for Man United fans and the team itself. So I would like us to talk about why don't we do a comparison between the midfield, the defense, and the forward, so that we can see where these two
Okay.
teams are lagging.
Okay, actually, but I think we've dwelled so much by on this, so I think we need to probably maybe go the structured way of doing the discussion. But Bridget, let me just say one thing. Actually, let me just be fair. By the way, factually speaking, by the way, not only speaking, but there's an Arsenal fan. But factually speaking, I feel like Rashford, if he's played, but then the usual position he plays on the left wing, he's a very, very, very lethal player. That one I'll tell you for sure. Martinelli as well. Coming back to Martinelli, yeah, facts actually. Martinelli is actually very lethal, but they're on the wing as well, on the left wing. But Rashford, when he's played in the position he usually plays in, Rashford is a very, very, very dangerous player. And I think anybody who has been watching football can attest to that.
I know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Rich, you're saying?
Not Lewis.
Yes, Lewis. Go ahead, Lewis.
I think my camera is hanging.
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, Bridget, did you watch the last game Man played? You said Rashford doesn't create chances, right? Did you watch the last game?
I'm basing it on the seasons, that I've watched.
Yeah. Even those other seasons, Rashford usually create chances also. Or better yet, if he doesn't create a chance, utapata ball mtu mwenye anafunga, at least he just have to be among the people, the second or third people when you wanna touch ball ndio ingie kwa goal.
Can you do the comparison?
As much as Man United, Bruno is the one making more chances, but unapata Rashford amepatia Bruno na Bruno apate mwenye anafunga. So it's not all about creating chances.
Okay.
That also is creativity. Unapata pia anacheza, he plays a very big role.
I know.
So in short, you can't compare Rashford and Martinelli.
The Kierere man.
No, it's fact.
Rashford is not. Rashford is a baller. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying in the previous seasons I've seen Rashford play. Of course, Rashford does as compared to Martinelli, right? But if you check on the dribbling factors, how the goal is being created, the chances being created, I prefer Martinelli is better than Rashford. I'm not saying Rashford is not a game changer or something, but I'm saying if you compare Rashford in that game that you want me to refer to, of course he creates more chances, but how is Martinelli? Can you do that comparison?
Okay.
I can't hear you. Kuna kelele inatoka pahali.
Hold on. Before you guys actually get into this, allow me to actually introduce one member in here. We've never met, but anaitwa Formula Plumber engineer mwenyewe Regan. Regan man, unasemaje bro?
Uko poa sana.
Wewe ni fan wa?
Mimi ni fan wa Manu.
Very big club.
So we have all right, so we have three. So now I think the debate is actually now fair. We have 3 Man U fans, we have 3 Arsenal fans, yeah. So Regan, basically, by the way, game ya kesho. Okay.
Yeah.
So feel free man, we are going to tutakuwa tunachongwana hapo hivi. So kwa na any thoughts, let me know what you also think as well. But game ya kesho, wacha nikuuliza game ya kesho wewe mwenyewe kibinafsi unaonaje?
Game ya kesho. Game ya kesho kulingana na mimi naona ile game hiyo inayocheza siwezi nikasema aje, lakini Arsenal na Man U game ya kwanza first league lazima Arsenal na Man U itapiga. Tena kwanga ni lazima.
Ati nini? Hebu rudia.
Game ya kwanza Arsenal versus Man U. Game ya kwanza Arsenal inakuanga unbeaten kazi itacheza na Man U. Sasa hii fault ilikuwa labda hapo kwa show.
Sasa engineer maybe before ukuje tulikuwa tumediscuss but then so wacha nikuonyeshe hizi stats. Regan, ukiangalia hizi stats I don't know if you're able to see your screen. Are you able to see the screen? This projection na project kwa screen.
Nishaona.
So sawa. So 2018, let me just bring you up to speed. 2018, 2019, hizi ni games by the way, Arsenal ilicheza na Man U at home. Hizi ni games zimechezwa Emirates. Sawa? So 2018, 2019 2-0. Sawa. 2019, 2020 tukawapiga 2-0 pia. Sawa? 2020, 2021 tukadraw 0-0. 2021, 2022 tukawapiga 3-1. Last year 2022, 2023, actually not even last year, early this year January. So always sema sasa wazati Arsenal ikipatanga na Man U automatically ati mazanyi ndio mnatusimamisha. Bro, mko Emirates baba.
In spite of you kwa Emirates. Bado tu the challenge itakuwa tu stiff. Mimi sioni saa ile fault yenye tulianza na league ndani kama itajirudia. Saa hii at least tuko na changes. Kama wale wasio wamesainiwa saa hii wataingia na wapiki. Kama regular na ata replace Shaw kwa hiyo place yake vizuri. Hapo mimi sioni kama mtafua dafu. Juu hapo tu ndio threat ni Saka. Hiyo ni threat, hiyo kijana pia ni mnoma. Hiyo lazima tukubali ni mnoma. Lakini kama regular atakava kama Shaw. Sidhani kama hapo boy atapita.
Okay, Man U fan. You know, one thing by the way, hata nilisahau about Man U. Away versus the top 9 teams from last season, Man U has not defeated any team away from home, which is in the top 9. You know, so that is Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, Tottenham. There is Aston Villa, and the other one is nimesahau hiyo ingine. But you can imagine, Man U. Hello.
Rich, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Man U has been having trouble in the top 9 versus the top 9 teams away from home. So tomorrow's game, if I was a Man U game fan, hope zangu zingekuwa like I would expect the worst but hope for the best. My expectations will be the worst but my hope kimoyomoyo itakuwa the best. But expectations tafadhali ziende chini. Msikuwe na expectations mingi. You don't have a good record versus top 9 teams. You know, in fact, kwanza you lose most of the games you've been losing. The only good record you have is your home record has been fantastic. You know, I have to do this. But away record versus top 9, it's bad for you, and it will get ugly. Let me say, I'll not say it might. I'm very sure it will not be business. It will be business for us as usual, and it will be ugly for you. Yeah. Just based on the stats, your own stats.
All right, Rich, I think man, we cannot. Let's go to the next part. Let's not do the combo 11. And Rich, I think they want to basically coordinate it. So, tupeleke bana.
You know, in tomorrow's game, I think we can do your combo, and I will start with the Bridget. You know, starting from, let's say, who do you think is a better keeper for between Onana, there's David Raya, and there's Ramsey. Or Ramsey versus Onana, who do you think in the first 11 of Man U and Arsenal, who do you think in the Mnoma?
Currently, we cannot. I cannot afford to compare Ramsdale and Onana. Simply because You see, Onana has just is one of the signings Man United made, and currently he's doing well. He's doing well in terms of what is expected of a keeper. And like Ramsdale, he has petty mistakes that when he does them, it always costs us. So I feel like at this level, I cannot compare Ramsdale with Onana. If Onana had stayed a little bit longer, I could have said Ramsdale is better than Onana, right? But if we start David Raya with Onana, now there we will at least have a comparison. But for now, Onana is a good one, and Ramsdale is also a better one. But currently, we cannot compare Ramsdale with Onana. No.
Okay, Bridget, back to you again. Let's say if you are coach right now, and you are looking at Ramsdale's profile and Onana's profile. Onana, on one hand, if you look at Onana, he was in the UCL finals last season with Inter Milan. And if you look at his history, he was at Ajax, he played in the UTL as well, up to the semi. And then he does not have a bad record versus while he was in the League One. Not League One, I mean, when he was in Serie A with Inter Milan. But if you come to... Sorry? Okay.
You see, the first game Onana has played against other teams, you've seen the mistakes he has made compared to the fact that he has come from a good record.
Point of correction.
Maybe we can say...
Bridget.
Let me just talk fast, I finish.
Point of correction. Let me tell you.
Hold on. I'll actually mute Bade or Mike. Listen, let me just clarify this. We are doing combo 11, okay? So combo 11, yes, we're going to have a debate, but before we actually have the debate, you need to choose a player by day. So when Rich says between Ramsdale and Onana, so like you make a decision and let us know by the which one you'll probably have as a. So assume you're a coach, who would you probably have in your team as a coach? So now it's you to now make a decision, look at the stats, look at their stats, and now make a decision who you're going to put by day in your first 11. I don't know if that is clear.
Yeah, as I was saying.
Yes, Bridget.
If we put this on a different Ramsdale is better than Onana. Way too much. And we all know that even as Man United fans, we know that
they know.
Yeah, it's just the aggressiveness.
Yes.
We don't believe, but you know very well if we start Ramsdale and Onana, the probability of Ramsdale doing better than Onana is definitely one. Yeah.
Okay. So for you, Bade, between David Raya, Ramsdale, and Onana, you'd rather start Ramsdale, right?
Yeah.
Because
he has more experience. He has more experience in the EPL.
Okay.
I can also throw in something there before I let Seda and Lewis speak. If I was a coach, I'll choose David Raya over Onana again. Nothing personal against Onana, but I feel like if you look, if I start with Ramsdale, Ramsdale was in the Premier League Team of the Year. Juzi tu hapa the Premier League award.
So what? So what?
You see, so what? Those are.
Unajua, you people, all of you mnachukua Ramsdale simply because you're Arsenal fans. Look at the facts, man. Look at the facts. You can't compare. Right now, let me tell you. Onana is one of the best goalkeeper in modern goalkeeper.
Lewis, you cannot.
Ukiangalia modern. Yes.
Relax. You see, you're very fast at jumping to conclusions. We just said he's speaking David Raya. Bridget has said he's speaking Ramsdale. I've not been asked yet. Be patient. Let me be asked first, and then you equally give your thoughts. So relax.
Sawa.
Let me
Sawa. Mimi nasikia.
Let me correct hapo. When you say Onana is a world class, yes, he can start from the back. But unafikiria Ramsdale hawezi fanya the same thing. Ramsdale was among the first keepers to sign for the EPL who can start from the back. The first goalkeepers we saw who could do that was Alisson Becker of Liverpool. I think Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world right now. And then there is Ederson of Man City.
Yeah, Alisson.
And then there is a Ramsdale. Onana is also a modern goalkeeper, but in that conversation, for me, he fits the profile. But my pick would have been Ramsdale or David Raya. Anyway, Lewis is not here. Maybe Seda anaweza tuambia maoni yake.
Yeah, so
for me, yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, as for me nitachagua Onana all day because actually last season I think hakuna kipa alikuwa na most saves kama si Onana. Onana had the most saves. Unless kama mnataka kusahau hiyo. Sasa mimi nitachagua Onana all day.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay.
Formula.
So, realistically speaking.
Yes.
Realistically speaking, if we put up the numbers like Onana versus Ramsdale 1v1, who do you think has the better numbers? Who do you think has regardless of the league they played, when you walicheza, you pull up the numbers? I don't know if you are able to, maybe you Google Ramsdale versus Onana, and then you project the numbers.
So far sahi bado I think Onana bado ni ako na most saves. You can just confirm, just check.
Okay. And as I'm checking, just go ahead. You can actually read. Just carry on by what you're saying. Just carry on with the questions with the combo 11.
Yeah, Regan, who's your pick at your Ramsdale?
Talking of goalkeepers, mi naona si kitu inamata sahi. Kitu inamata ni huo vile mid na nini wanakuwa consistent kwa game, vile wanajituma. Goalkeeper can be best. Hakuna goalkeeper mwenye hawezi kuwa best. Goalkeeper wote wanakuanga best. Lakini talking of Onana na Ramsdale, hiyo kitu haiwezi mata saizi. Kitu inamata sahi ni hao wajamaa wanajituma kwa hiyo game. Wajamaa wa mid na defend wanajituma, lakini si mambo na Onana Ramsdale. Kiangalia yenyewe Ramsdale ni mnoma, Onana ni mnoma, Ederson ni mnoma, but vile mbele wanajituma, hapo ndio kitu inaweza. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Mnanipata? Mnanipata?
Rich.
Yes.
I think maybe you need to explain this combo thing, how it works, yeah?
Yeah.
Explain again how this combo 11 works so that we move with speed.
So the combination, the first 11 between Man U and Arsenal, basically tunaangalia the stats of the players objectively, without bias. Who is the better player? And to do at the end of the day, which team has more better players than the other one? If Arsenal tumalizie kuwa na 7 players in the combo na Man U 4, that means we have a better squad than Man U. So without being biased, without being na upendeleo ya kuwa mimi ni Arsenal, mimi ni Man U. Kiangalia tu from, let's say to Liverpool, kiangalia tu purely on numbers. That is how we are going to base it off. So ndo maana nasema kama kwa stats, if you can find a way to pull it, itakuwa poa.
So Rich, I think what we need to basically do, yeah?
Mhm.
So the combo 11, let each and every person but just give his own thoughts, yeah? And then after that, we can discuss the debate. So what I'm saying is this, Rich, yeah? Regan, ebu tafuta place hakuna kelele. So Rich, what I'm saying is this, for combo 11, let everybody just pick his own side. So if you say Bridget between Ramsdale, Onana, just give your thoughts, and then now you can go to the debate later on, so that we move with speed. You understand?
Mhm.
Rich.
Yes,
Rich,
Emaje.
I'm saying for combo 11, so that we move with speed, yeah? Let everybody just do a comparison. So let's keep it very simple. Between Ramsdale and Onana, who are you picking in your team? So Bridget will say Ramsdale, don't give any explanation. Don't say Onana, don't give an explanation, so on and so forth. So that, and then we can have the debate afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The controversial, especially unajua kuna zingine controversial kama if right now if you pick let's say someone like Varane ama Lindelof over a player like Saliba, hiyo ni kitu yenye tunaweza ongelea juu it's controversial, si ndio? Yeah, so
Okay.
we were kwa Bridget alikuwa tupatie is her combo, her best 11.
No, she actually said, but therefore for Ramsdale, she said that between the sticks, she actually said Ramsdale.
Yeah, so we move on to right back. Arsenal's right back right now at the moment is Ben White, even though he's not a natural right back. And Manu's right back ni Wan-Bissaka ama ni nani?
Yeah, ni Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, so Bridget, for you, Ben White ama AWB, Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
I'll go for Wan-Bissaka.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's okay.
Then,
she said it's okay. We'll have the debate later on. For me, I'll go for Ben White.
Mm-hmm.
For Lewis, unmute. So we're doing combo 11 between Ben White and Wan-Bissaka.
Spider-Man, Bissaka.
Yeah.
Regan, what about you?
Yeah.
Regan is
Wan-Bissaka.
For me, that's so controversial. But if you choose Wan-Bissaka over Ben White, come on, man. If football because ukiangalia tu vizuri Wan-Bissaka is so good, but attacking wise hayuko. Anyway, let's move to the center back. Kianza kuongea hapo tutaongea sana.
Kila msa sema alafu tu nini.
Before actually to end the center back, let's go to the left back. Our left back is Zinchenko. Manu's left back, because Shaw will not be playing, I think we may start with. Should we say Regulion ama who's the other one? Hatuwezi aka mtu hajacheza, so itakuwa fair because Regulion has not even been featuring in the Tottenham squad for a while now.
Eka Dalot ni alicheza last game.
Rich.
Go ahead.
Rich. Rich.
And I can hear you. Go ahead, Lewis.
Wasenali. Wasenali ni? left back
Gini.
wa Arsenal. Zinchenko.
Yes. It is Zinchenko, bro.
I go for Zinchenko.
Oh, so you go between Dalot.
I go for Zinchenko.
Na Bridget, wewe ni nani?
Zinchenko, of course.
Don.
Zini any day, man.
Seda.
Arsenal left back.
Na Regan.
But ingekuwa tisho yuko.
Kuna mtu kuna a lot of background noise man. Sijui nani huyo. So, for the left back, I think it is pretty obvious. Zinchenko is better than Dalot. Lewis amesema Shaw angechagua Shaw, but come on man. Shaw, anyway, it is your opinion.
Rich.
Rich.
Do you know the reason why I was the first person to choose? Because Dalot is not a left back. Our left back is Shaw. Dalot is our right back. This is Triandera. Hatuna left back. Now the reason why nimeacha huyu imekuja Manu because he's a flop. Mimi naongea as a football fan, not a United fan. Do you know the reason why he wasn't even featuring Tottenham? Because he was a flop. He was a third choice. So, and he's an injury prone. So there's no way you can compare Dalot as a left back with the Zinchenko. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Ingekuwa Shaw yuko, ungekuwa na compare Shaw na Zinchenko, of which hapo hivyo Shaw tena angechukua because he's one of the best left back.
Wait till
na saizi hayuko.
Wait till he meets Saka tomorrow. Wait till he meets Saka tomorrow.
Ni wanasemanga every player wanasemanga they are one of the best. They are one of the best.
Carry on. Achana hiyo, carry on.
Let's go to the center back.
Yeah, moving on to the center back. In that left center back position, Saliba or is it Varane or Mat? Who is Manu's left sided center back?
Martinez.
The Butcher.
So between Saliba and the Butcher, what's your pick? Let's
Between
Butcher.
Saliba and yeah.
I think I'd go for Saliba.
Hey, Bana. What does this guy talking
You're mad.
Lewis, what are you talking about saying Butcher, Bana? Can you compare Butcher and Saliba?
Okay.
Let me tell you. Don. How wish tungekuwa tuna explain tumalizane naye once and for all because tukishamaliza kupanga first 11 hakuna venye tutarudi na points zinakimbia. There's no way you can compare Saliba and the Butcher. Saliba is a very good defender. Sawa, lakini the Butcher man is a world class. Say the Butcher.
Listen, Lewis, you're not giving us points. You're just saying he's world class. What you're saying is better. Just explain.
Listen,
why.
Let me give you the reason, Don. Let me give you the reason. Last season, timu gani ili concede sana?
I can't remember. I can't recall. So that is.
Okay, so let me break it down. Goalkeeper yupi mwenye alichukua golden gloves? David De Gea. Reason being, he had a solid defenders. His defense was solid. That's why kufungwa sana.
Okay, Lewis.
Now, nani wali play the main role? It was Martinez and Varane. That makes the best duo in England right now.
Okay.
I'm talking as a defender also. I'm a defender. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Lewis. I have a question for you.
Ask.
If you think Martinez is better than Saliba, why didn't Martinez feature in the Premier League Team of the Year, which happened juzi tu hapa juzi wameonyesha Premier League
ago.
Saliba was there. It was Saliba and Ruben Diaz at the back. There was nothing like the Buchama, whatever you call him, hapo kwa hiyo conversation. Ndio ukiangalia tena Saliba is 21 years old. And then he got an injury last season yenye ilimweka nje for majority of the season. Saliba did not feature. From I think March to early March to the end of the season, he never featured even that game. And you can see he missed almost half of the season, but he still featured in the Premier League Team of the season. And then again, alikuwa in the France squad ya World Cup. After that World Cup, in the Premier League Team of the season. So I don't understand.
World Cup alifanya nini?
Alicheza tu game moja peke yake. So basically, Saliba did not feature in a lot of games, but still, wase wengi
meaning
better of the defender.
That's why I said he's a good defender. He is. That's the truth. He's a good defender. Lakini unconvinced enough. I know his ball. Najua. He's a good defender.
So the Butcher convinces you more.
Aye, man. He does. He does. Because nimemwatch. I've been watching his games in Argentina squad. He played a very big role.
That's your thought, but
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you see, we could debate, but then the whole day. But at the end of the day, but they also have to debate with facts. So Ridge actually said one thing, and actually I agree with him. You can imagine the better part of the season actually after the sporting game that was Europa League, if I'm not wrong, right? That's when Saliba got an injury, right? Imagine the guy got an injury that long and still was able by then to be featured and actually get an award for the best center back just 2 days ago. So you see, that definitely by then gives him an upper hand towards the Butcher guy you're calling.
Yeah,
those are facts. The Butcher
another
guy,
fact we have to talk about. Martinez wetu anakuanga na reckless tackles. Hizo ndo zinamcost sana. Lazima pia uangalie hizo vitu.
Bana.
Ukiangalia game ya Saliba na Martinez, Saliba is so composed. The guy is good on the ball. The guy is good in, yani ako tu sawa hapo. I think ukitoa tu Lisandro Martinez kama anaweza acha hizo reckless tackles na hizo kusahau hizo stories zingine atakuwa mbele ya Saliba, lakini for now we just have to speak the truth. Saliba ako mbele yake kidogo.
Okay, sikia sasa.
United fan.
Sikia. Defense wise. Clean sheet between Saliba and Martinez. Defense wise, clean sheet, Saliba 7, Martinez 5. Goal cancelling, Saliba 14, Martinez 20. Blocks, Saliba 6, Martinez 14. Interceptions, Saliba 11, Martinez 19. Tackles, Saliba 25, Martinez 26. Tackles won, Saliba 13, Martinez 13. Saliba 53, Martinez 60.
Okay.
Headed clearance. Man, Saliba is a good defender, lakini overall man,
hold on. With the stats you're actually picking there, by the way, are we looking at it from the number of games these guys have played? Because you have to also bear in mind that Saliba actually, by the way, had an injury last season.
Yeah.
So, on what basis are you actually basing the data you're actually telling us here?
The 2022-2023 appearance.
2022-2023. So you see, you can't compare because remember, Saliba actually was injured the better part of the season, but Martinez was never injured.
No, I've picked his appearance. Saliba appeared 17 times, right?
Martinez appeared how many times?
I've picked the first before Martinez, before Saliba got injured. Yeah. Nimechukua before Saliba and the injury.
Lewis. Nikuulize, unajua kitu moja pia unasahau. Martinez anaweza kuwa na interception. Acha nikuulize tu kitu moja. Acha nikwambie kitu moja I think that happens ni when it comes to defense, something like clean sheet is not entirely on one person. It is entirely on the whole defense. No. From the left back, the right, from the wing back to the center backs. So if he has more clean sheet, it is not because ni yeye peke yake. It's because kuna Varane hapo. And then ukikuja kwa interceptions, sometimes interceptions, they don't really matter, especially for a defender. Especially kama defender kuna a lot of interceptions, that means mid iko inafanya kazi yake. Ndio. Interceptions inafaa itoke kwa kwanza. The midfielder, the mid inafaa ikuwe na extraordinary numbers in terms of interceptions before a defender akuwe na hizo interceptions. But anyway,
Regan anasema hapa hivi, I can't wait to hear what Lewis will say when it comes to Odegaard and Bruno. Regan, I don't want to give you a clue, lakini go watch what Kevin De Bruyne said.
Lewis,
I know
hold your thoughts till we get there. Relax, bana. We are still at the
guys. Let's move on to Bridget. Au kusema choice yake between Saliba and Martinez.
I already chose Saliba.
Okay, Nadon.
Of course, Saliba, man. That's a no-brainer. Saliba. What is this guy talking about? The butcher? Butcher nani?
Okay, now let's move to another center back between Varane and Gabriel. The choice for us is Gabriel Martinez or Varane.
Point of correction. There's some possibility Varane won't play. Meaning today you're comparing between Lindelof and
Gabriel. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go with your best 11 in that position. Because
how comes Serena best 11? How comes Serena best 11 and yet some are not even playing? We are talking about the squad that will play. That's why in the left back we didn't take show.
I don't have to agree with Lewis. Let's talk about the players who are available.
What I'm saying is, see, umesema there's a probability that he might not play.
He won't play. No, he won't play.
That he will play.
He won't play.
Are you sure?
No, he won't. Yeah. He's not available. Like he's not available for selection. He has an injury.
Okay, we'll go with Lindelof. Between Lindelof and Gabriel.
Gabriel, obvious.
The choice is easy for me. Gabriel. Ingekuwa Varane, of course I
go with Gabriel.
All right, Rich. We move. Rich, we move.
See, okay, so na agree ni Gabriel up.
Yeah.
Okay. The defensive midfielder. That is where the debate is. Casemiro or Thomas Partey. Casemiro. Juzi mliona akasema like yes, Casemiro ameshinda Champions League mingi, but alisema anachagua Partey because Partey is massively underrated, and I believe that is true. So personally, Casemiro is an elite player, but I think Thomas Partey is an elite player. So my pick will be Thomas Partey in that position. Don't know about you, but I am curious to know about the rest of you.
Thomas Partey for me. We move on to the next one. No debate about it.
No.
Unless
for me, Casemiro. Let's move.
Seda.
Hey.
Seda, you're saying?
I'll go for Casemiro.
Bridget, it's your turn.
Jersey 5, Partey.
Anyway, that is one of the hardest debates between Man U and Arsenal fans, because at the end of the day, both players are very good. They have good numbers. Casemiro is a winner, akona Champions League tano in his pocket from Real Madrid, but he has not reciprocated the same in Man U because hata Europa hawakushinda. So
Junior champion mlishinda ama
anyway, let's move now to another controversial one between Odegaard and Bruno Fernandes. And I will go first. I love Odegaard. He's young, he's good. But in this one, I will go with Bruno. However, I will say this. Bruno.
No. We are not talking about however.
Yo, relax.
Let him explain himself.
Bruno is a good player. I give him that. The only problem with Bruno is he has a very bad attitude, And if I was a coach with Odegaard and Bruno, I will start Bruno, but then I will quickly remove him from the game in the 60th minute and introduce Odegaard. So I will choose Bruno because he's more experienced in the Premier League. He's older than Odegaard. He's generally is more sharper in the game. I can imagine if Arsenal had someone like Bruno instead of Odegaard. I think Arsenal would have been even better with someone like Bruno. With the experience he comes with the kind of player he is. The only problem is his attitude. He likes complaining a lot. He's a crybaby, basically. So moving on to Bridget, between Bruno and Odegaard for you.
Between Bruno and Odegaard, I will go for Bruno because Bruno is a creative machine. He's more of a risk taker. As far as lazima ni explain.
Go ahead. We're hearing you.
Okay. Odegaard is controlled when he's the ball, but he's a taker. Whereby sasa Bruno ana outweigh. He's such a creative machine, and I love that about Fernandes.
Don Seda, usikie maoni.
So
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes for Seda. Okay. Yes, yeah. Seda. You're done?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Bridget has just Bridget amesema vitu zenye nilipa kusema.
So the thing is this, Lewis, by the man. I know you actually by the waiting, man. You have your gloves on, your gloves off. You're actually ready to fight. In fact, when Bridget actually said, Bruno, you're surprised. But listen, we are reasonable.
I'm surprised. I'm sorry.
Yeah?
But
listen, hold on. Let me say this. For me, actually, but I'll go for Bruno. I think, Rijak, let me just second what you said. In terms of leadership, I feel like Odegaard, but is a better leader. Bruno is more like a fussy baby. He's a fussy baby, always crying. He has a very, very, very poor attitude. And trust me, by the way, that attitude at times, but I've seen actually that attitude, by the way, usually affects your team. Bruno's attitude at times, but usually affects the team. Throwing hands, throwing tantrums, that's a very poor attitude that probably needs to work on. He needs to work on. But in terms of creativity, in terms of his style of play, in terms of experience, for sure, man, I think I'll go for Bruno by then, my combo 11.
It's my turn.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm Mshaju and I choose Bruno. Come on. Why?
Go ahead.
First of all, the debate between Bruno and Odegaard, I think hapa kila mtu KDB alikuwa sha spoil. That's why someone like Bridget, she's also choosing Bruno over Odegaard simply because KDB, one of the best in the whole world, asha sema.
You see, you will be shocked. I did not. I didn't have any clue about what De Bruyne said about Bruno and.
Okay. Okay. Back to Don and Ridge. Don, you've been watching the documentaries, or rather, let me just put it this way: you have been watching the history of Arsenal, right? With Manu, someone like Vieira. It was Vieira and who? Vieira and Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, for a better captain, or rather, for as much as people are saying, Bruno's attitude is affecting the game, man. Bruno minus that throwing hands is not Bruno. That one is his character. Huwezi toa kwake. Na ukitoa hiyo, you won't see Bruno anymore. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. In one way, let me just finish.
Oh, and
minus Bruno ku complain kwa referee. I'm pretty sure some other silly mistakes they do assume. Go on assume. And for a better captain, you must be there for your team.
That's okay. We're not disputing that. But listen, there's a difference between balls and there's a difference between being a fussy baby. All right? Bruno doesn't have me. I feel like that guy's a fussy baby, man. He's ever crying. Listen, you see, complaining and trying to persuade the ref. That's the captain's job. That's perfectly all right. But throwing your hands,
he's a captain.
Throwing your hands to the referee. Who are you throwing your hands to? That's a very poor attitude. That's not even a captain is supposed to be behaving like that.
Why is it? Why is it? Why is yes?
Let me say, unakumbuka Balotelli venye alikuwa?
Yes.
And then what happened with his career?
It was ruined.
Exactly. So some characters in a player, unaweza sema yes ni yeye, but they are not desirable. Unaweza kuwa wewe ni mtu wa kurusha mikono, but that does not mean it is a desirable part of you. That does not mean that mimi nikiona Bruno akirusha mkono nafaa niseme yes, arushe mikono zaidi. No. Nafaa nimwambie, oya, you are the leader, you are the captain of this team. Be objective, be reasonable, and if you have a complaint, usirushe mikono. Go and speak to the coach, to the ref, juu kwa uwanja. The same way unaona penye Balotelli alikuanga na a very bad attitude. He was a good player, was elite, but then what happened? Due to his attitude, the way he was as a person, he ruined his career essentially. Alitoka akaingia Inter and then akapotea hivyo. Balotelli alikuwa na promising future, angeshinda hata Ballon d'Or, angeshinda a lot of things. But then because of his attitude, aliflop. Same thing na Bruno. I'm not saying that ataflop, lakini the attitude that he has is not desirable. If I was to choose, I will choose Bruno in terms of the skills and football-wise, but then if I'm to bring leadership skills, I'd rather bring Odegaard's leadership skills and instill them in Bruno. Imagine if you had a breed of Bruno's skill and Odegaard mentality as a player. That can be a beast.
So in short, you're telling me.
Let me land. Let me land. Get this. Right now, but the rules have really changed, by the way. And the referee.
Yeah. True.
All right. So let me ask you, would you rather have a player who's so skilled and then risk him actually getting a red card, a big ban for 3 games? What value will he be adding to you as a team?
Nothing. But listen, Bruno. As much as people, this thing, the Bruno attitude is not. It's just a. So many people are talking about it, but man, I'm telling you, in one way or the other, it is helping because he is a captain. He has to complain whenever there is a mistake. He has to complain. He has to face the referee and tell him, you know what, this and this is not right.
Lewis, it was helping, but now it won't help. Don't think that right now, in fact, even Van Dijk recently, when was it? The game they played versus Newcastle. You do aware that the guy was shot by there for actually, cursing and trying to throw his hands. Right now, man, discipline is a very, 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 very intense that these guys actually look into by there for a player. So don't think
and that's why the football is being ruined.
Okay.
Because back in the days, Akina Vieira and Roy Keane, they used to do the same thing Bruno is doing.
That was then. This is now.
Why is it that at that time? Why is it that at that time they are the best? They are the best players, best captains. Na sai Bruno akifanya hivyo mnasema ati tunasijini nini akona feelings. Man, no.
Listen. You first of all have to look to the fact that football is changing. So man, it's either you shape in or you shape out. If you can't shape in by the rules that are set, then man, what's the essence of actually you being a player? So we have to allude to the fact that the rules have changed and we have to play by the rules. We cannot compare by the football that was happening in the early 2000s and the football that is happening now. So what we are saying is, man, yeah, Captain Bruno is a very good player, has a very good skill set, but his attitude, by the way, if he continues the same attitude, trust me, there's no value is going to be adding to your team. Facts. And those are the rules that are actually applying as of now.
Guys, let's move on.
But let's agree on one thing. Rich, let's agree on one thing. Hii kulialia kwa ref. Vieira hakuwa analia.
Hiyo ni kitambo bro. Vieira hakuwa analia.
No, you're not answering the question. Hakuwa analia.
No.
Let's move on.
We are moving to the box-to-box midfielder pale. Between now, that is where Kizungumkuti iko. Well, si Kizungumkuti actually. Between Declan Rice and Manu, I will pick Mason Mount.
Mount is not playing. What's wrong with you, Rich, man? Rich, you haven't done your assignment.
Okay, Eriksen.
Rich.
Okay, Eriksen. Let's go Eriksen. Senior. I wanted to go with Mount because you are the most recent signing for that position anyway. So, between Declan Rice and Christian Eriksen. Who are you choosing, Seda, for that position?
I will go for Eriksen.
Oh, yeah.
Next person.
Next person is you, Lewis.
No. Done.
Listen, why do you want to hear my opinion? They've asked you. Answer the question.
Just a humble request. Can I be the last person?
No, there's no humble request. You've been asked the question. Go ahead.
Huh?
Bridget, choose your person up between.
I'll go for Declan Rice.
And Don.
I'll go for Declan Rice.
Don.
For me, Declan Rice.
Lewis, nimesikia sasa.
Okay, Eriksen, over the years, Eriksen has been really playing a very international football.
What do you mean?
Until the time he got an injury, of which after injury, man, kuna tu venye mentality ya players wao inaisha. And last season, give me time, man. Give me time. Last season, Eriksen really played a very big role in our lineup. Because ukijaribu kuangalia the games that he wasn't playing, Man United was really struggling. We were really struggling. Minus Eriksen. We were really struggling. And on the other side, I know Rice. Rice mwenye ko Arsenal si Rice mwenye alikuwa
How do you listen? What do you mean? How can you say not just from 3 games?
Listen. What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say, huh?
What are you trying to say?
Rice bada jange hiyo piki yake, of which we will see the Rice we used to see. Sahi maybe bada jangiana na players, but I know him. I know he'll catch up. I know he's a good player.
Did you win the last 3 games?
And that's why I'll pick Rice. I'll pick Rice on this.
Okay. Wacha nikuulize tu swali.
Acha kucheka. Bridget acha kucheka. I'll pick Rice on this because I know him.
Let me ask you one question.
Let's move on.
Rich, go ahead.
Yes, you want to ask a question? Oh, okay.
What is the issue? Mount ako na injury ama?
Nani Mount?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has an injury. Na even minus an injury, hata angekuwa ningechoose Rice over him.
Yeah, unajua
one thing you can't compare Rice with the likes of Mount.
One thing here I noticed is yes.
Before you continue, I want to skip up on something.
Yeah.
I want to skip up on the last part of the discussion. I need to rush somewhere.
Okay,
Mahali. I will predict the game for tomorrow. Arsenal 3, Man United 1, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I need to drive somewhere. Sai too. Get back to me after tomorrow's game. Bye.
It's okay, Bridget. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you for showing up.
Your prediction was
3-1.
Let me write it somewhere.
Okay.
Come on,
okay.
All right, Bridget. Thank you. We'll be seeing you.
Thank you.
Bridget.
All right. So now it's 2 Arsenal fans, 2 Man U fans. Boys, let's get this banner.
Okay, now we move to the striking. Uko mbele. Starting with the right wing. Will you choose Saka or Garnacho?
No, I think uko tuko na Anthony.
Yeah.
Right wing.
Uko tuko na Anthony.
Anthony, yeah.
Sorry. Saka or Anthony? My pick for me, you're obvious, of course. Saka, any day, anytime. Saka.
Yeah, Saka.
Starboy any day, man. Starboy.
That is a good one. We go to the left wing. Another controversial one. Martinelli, Rashford.
Rashford.
#10 for United.
I'll go for Martinelli.
As well, I'll go for Martinelli. Do you know how I'm going for Martinelli?
Why?
But Rashford is a good player. He's physical. He's a good finisher. But in terms of being totally impactful throughout the game, I feel like Rashford in most games zenye amescore probably unapata is so sharp in that game and then the next game ako game lakini umuoni. It's so hard kuona consistency from Rashford, especially kama midfielder yenu ni ya ufalo, no? Rashford is always good time yenye amecheza na if you have Eriksen in that game and you have Casemiro and Bruno, when you play that defense, that three at the heart of the midfield, I feel like Rashford anakwanga mnoma sana. And for me,
so in short,
being that Martinelli is younger, you know, unajua watu wanasema Rashford alikuwa na good numbers last season. They forget Martinelli is so underrated because last season Martinelli actually had the same numbers as Rashford, and yet he's younger than Rashford. You see, so for me, my pick is Martinelli because I think Martinelli is going to pick up. By the time Martinelli hits Rashford's age, will be different. Atakuwa na pick more numbers. You know, Rashford amechukua time sana pick fika hii level amefika, and I don't think this season is going to be able to replicate what he did last season. So for me, Martinelli is my pick for me. So sijui kama anyway, ni sawa. Understand why pia I'm pick Rashford because he's good as well. I mean, he's Rashford.
Yeah.
So we move on to center forward.
You have talked about consistency.
Yes.
Umesema aje about Rashford?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he can do the same what he did last season. I really doubt if he can maintain the same form he had last season. He's aging, man. Ana turn 27. And this is the time for him to pick. But if Rashford does not pick this season and he does like 25 goals, 30 goals, he's not going to pick hata if he got 30 goals because in his position players tend to pick from 26 to 30. That is the age msee anafika 30 goals, anafika 27 goals. GA goals and assists zinafika 45. You know, if he cannot do those numbers, he will never do those numbers and he will never do them because he's going
Why? You think it's sad? Someone like Cristiano amekuwa akifunga ma 30 goals. Okay, kwa hiyo miaka. So age is nothing. Man, age is nothing. If you have a right mentality, age is nothing.
Acha nikwambie Lewis. Unaona? Cristiano alitoka moja ako 15 goals akaenda 30. Cristiano alikuwa tu anacheza within hiyo ligi ya 30 goals. Cristiano has been consistent for 15 years now. Rashford has been up down ana ile rise, you know. Cristiano has been going like this. But Rashford the graph imekuwa hivi.
It all depends with your surrounding. So
Exactly.
Yeah, it all depends with your surrounding.
Hiyo sijakataa. Surrounding ni muhimu. Lakini do you think the kind of surrounding Rashford ako nayo anaweza put up the same numbers this season?
One way to find out, tutaona. I am moving on.
Okay. So let's move on to the striker there. We'll start with the Ketia. Manu, sijui nani ataanza. Sijui kama Hoyland ataanza ama. I don't think it's right to compare Hoyland. It does not have any minute in the EPL right now. So I don't know
which I'm not even sure if he'll start.
Exactly.
But I think ataanza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uliangalia nini preview?
According to venye Tenag aliongea alisema the guy is ready to start. I think kesho itakuwa game yake ya kwanza.
But you see, okay, the thing is,
you not heard very well. He can't just put him on the squad. Kama ajaona venye team iko. Which
but
the best way yenye atafanya and he has been doing it ni kumuingiza second half, kumpatia 20 minutes.
That's fine, but the way
which means
I don't think you can compare. I don't think you can actually put him in our combo 11 because he hasn't had any minutes but in the PL.
Yeah.
When he has his minutes, That's when maybe you can have a debate about it.
So,
I think
Marshall will start.
So Marshall and Inketia. Of course, Inketia.
Even me, I'm going with
In fact, let me just say this actually before I let the next person come in. If there's any player that I'm sure by they gave Man United nightmares by their last season, especially when you guys came over, was Nketiah. Nketiah scored 2 goals. He went past the butcher guy you're talking about. So man, Nketiah, bro, your defense is in trouble. Nketiah is in the room, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay.
Lakini unacheki hapo kwa Marshall naye hapo kuna siwezi hata ongea. Ule jamani mtu wa ward bwana. Huwezi hata debate na mtu wa ward. Yeah. Hapo sitaongea. Hapo I'll just go for Nketiah.
Yo,
Lewis.
Okay, on my end, Marshall minus injury. Unajua Marshall minus injury venye angekuwa?
Wachana Marshall versus injury. Tunaongea saa hii. He's not injured.
You know, number one.
So,
number one.
Go ahead, Seda, you're talking.
Number one thing player ni always availability. Kama player hizi kuwa available, then it means hakuna kitu anatusaidia nayo. Na jamaa amekuwa yani amekuwa tu on and off. Sasa huwezi predict kitu na yeye. Eri Nketiah we can talk about juu tumeona amekuwa some kind of a consistency amekuwa nayo, si kama huyo wetu huyo hash for 11 wetu huyo hash 9 hatari sana.
Alright. Sawa.
Hatari. Okay, on my end, I was talking.
Yes, go ahead, Junior.
I really love Marshall, by the way. And do you know the reason why? Because he was such a promising player. But on this, exactly, underline that word.
He was.
Underline that word. But for this, I'll go for Nketiah because at least I've seen him enough. I know what he can do, and yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
All right, so man, there's been quite a tough conversation, but there among the first combo 11. So I think we need to finalize this. We're almost 2 hours in. So I'll go for score prediction. Let me pick this up for score prediction. Rich, what are your score predictions?
Done.
Yes, Lewis?
Yeah. Before you go to score prediction, there's a chat. Regan is saying between Rashford and Martinelli, he'll go for Martinelli.
All right, Roger. Martinelli versus Rashford.
Yeah.
Martinelli. What about
anyway? Score.
Yeah.
Score predictions.
Score predictions, man. So let me pick it up from here. So, what are your score predictions for the Arsenal versus Man U game?
Well, for me, because we did home, I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. Well, in yesterday's live, I said we'll keep a clean sheet. I'm going to stick with that. We're going to keep a clean sheet tomorrow, and it is going to be 2-0 to the Arsenal. Martinelli and Saka to score. Martinelli and that's what I said yesterday, and I'm going to stick with it today. 2-0 Martinelli on the score sheet alongside Nketiah and a Saka assist.
Okay. Then we go to Lewis has gone.
Lewis ametoroka bana. Ametoroka, ameogopa prediction. Atoroka at a very crucial time.
At a very crucial time.
Yeah, I'll go for angesema prediction kwanza ndapotea. Okay, me, I'll go for 2-1 in favor of United. I know we are
2-1
away, but yeah, I know we are away and it's a tough one, but I have to stick with my team, you know.
So
Fair
let
enough.
me say this. Fair enough. For me, honestly speaking, yes, I know there's history between Man United. Whenever you meet, man, it's always something else. But now looking at the way we've been playing, and if we just get our cards right, if Arteta doesn't experiment, bring all these experiments, trying to bring Kai Havertz in, I think there's a game. Looking at the way we've been playing and our potential, and looking at the way Manu has been playing, if we get our cards right, I think, man, I'm giving it 4-0 by to Arsenal.
Don, I have a question for you.
Ask.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Mbona Arteta anafanya experiments? Sijui naona party huko namba 2 huko. Hizo experiments ni za nini?
That's a very good question, by the way. So let me say this. Me among the fans, I think I'm among the fans who are very reactive towards Arteta experimenting and whatnot. But then now, sitting down and critically looking at it, remember, last season, to recapitulate, but that was the end of the season because of just one injury. And guys kept on asking Arteta, Kwani didn't have any plan B, he didn't have plan C, he didn't have plan D. So you see right now, Bade is trying to set up that plan B, plan C, and plus D, plan D. All right. So I think the whole reason why he's trying to experiment. Remember, we have 38 games. So I think the whole reason why he's trying to experiment, by the way, with playing Partey at the right back, bringing Kai Havertz in, all those experiments and playing players off positions is because he's basically trying to set up a system whereby now, if it so happens the player gets injured, what is the plan for this? If it so happens by day a player is missing, what is the plan for that as well? So that's what I think about this experimenting.
Okay.
The only reservation that I have towards experimenting is I'd rather have him experimenting. There's so many games. I don't want him to experiment, but in the Premier League. And if it's to experiment in the Premier League, maybe with for such a serious game, for the Man U versus Arsenal game, man, if that day experiments, I'm telling you, I'll be over my head. This is not a game for experiments, by the way. I don't want to see Partey by the right back for this game. So I don't know if I've answered your question.
You have answered me because naona kesho naye atafanya experiment, I'm very sure. Alafu another thing, I think Ramsdale kama yuko keen kesho inaweza mramba. Ramsdale anaweza kuwa na game ya last kesho akifanya zile blanda ndogo. Hapana, sitaki aanzishe tu Ramsdale, but akifanya zile blanda I think your position itaenda. I think tomorrow is a crucial.
I agree 100% by the. In fact, if this guy's been given enough time by the, he's been playing. So tomorrow, I actually agree with you. If he makes those silly mistakes, losing concentration, being off position, then I think it's time for him to go. It's time for him to actually now fight for his position. Remember, man, now, but we have a very good squad depth. So right now, it's just in fact, about to come back in Kai Havertz. You can na bembelezwa.
Niliona ameweka Trossard hapo number 9.
Exactly. So right now, man, it's not like we don't have options. We have options. So, man, if you're not up by day to playing, if your game is not actually up to par, go back, work hard, and come back. And prove to us that now, or rather prove to the coach that you actually work by day playing for this team. The same way Nketiah has done, the same way actually Vieira by the Vieira. You see how, man, did you watch the game he played versus Fulham? Vieira is the guy actually changed the game. So the guy's been fighting for his position. So Ramsey, man, if he brings this nonsense of these things usually does, these stupid things usually does, then I think it's time for him to die.
Yeah, I think anakuwa na shida na hizi big games. Like tuseme hiyo game ya kesho aitie bidii sana, na niliona ameandika ile siku Raya alikuja ati aliandika ati he's ready for the challenge.
Yes.
Now we want to see the challenge tomorrow.
Yeah. Play around, go back, fight for your position.
Yeah. Now Lewis anateseka hapo sijui. Anajaribu kurudi
So, what's your score prediction? Done.
My score prediction is 4-0.
For Ati?
4-0.
4-0. 4 to who? Manu 4.
What do you mean 4 to who? 4 to Arsenal. First of all, Junior.
Okay.
We want to see your facial expressions. Can you find a way of trying to fix your camera? We can't see black. Masasa Manu. Seda actually kuna ongea na Asa Manu bana. Kuna Asa Manu na kwanga wamechanganyikiwa tu kila time bana. Unaona sasa ameenda tena. You see?
Don.
Yes, Rich, go ahead.
Tunafaa to finalize juu hata mimi nataka kukimbia somewhere.
Yeah, I think we're finalizing by the way. Okay, so I think I don't think but they'll allow Junior. I don't think Junior will actually have the privilege of coming back because I think he's struggling with. I don't know exactly what is going on in his end. But anyway, Rich, let me wrap this up. First of all, by the way, let me take this opportunity to thank everybody. Let me thank you, Seda. By the this is the first time actually meeting you. By the thank you for turning up. Yeah. We really appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. Rich, thank you as well, man. I think we've been here for now 1 hour 46 minutes. I mean, that's actually. It's been 1 hour 46 minutes. It's been quite some interesting debate. We usually do this. Yeah, so for the guys actually new to the channel, just ensure you like, share, subscribe. And yeah, man, that's it from me. Seda, man, thank you for pulling up.
Okay, karibu.
Yeah, man, Seda, it was great to have you here as well. And to Lewis Atakama Yuko and Bridget, it is real when we can gather here, we can talk, and kila mtu ajibonge. It's football at the end of the day. So tomorrow tutakuwa live, by the way. Before we go, we have to remind you, tomorrow we'll be live streaming the game on YouTube. Tutakuwa mtaani, kesho tunaenda mtaani. I hope Kenya Power itatufanyia what happened last weekend. But as long as there will be power, we'll be there, we'll watch the game, we'll stream the game. Yeah, so I hope I'll see you tomorrow. And he's back. Umekuwa akiteseka.
Yeah. Hey, Lewis. So you can able to see me.
Yeah, we're able to see you, but you're wrapping it up because I think we're now 1 hour 46 minutes in. So just give us a score prediction.
So you're saying Konzara sijasikia zenyu. Rich.
Mini 2-0 to the Arsenal. We're going to win and keep a clean sheet.
Mini 4-0. Mini
4-0. Seda.
2-1 in favor of United.
2-1.
Yeah.
So the 3 Arsenal guys that we had, wote wamechukua Arsenal to win, right?
Yeah.
Bridget 3-1, Rich 2-0, Don 4-1.
4-0, not 4-1. 4-0.
4-0.
Yes.
4-0. You remember the last time we had a score prediction? What happened? And believe me, Don, what will happen here? However much this game, because on my end, let me just choose my score prediction.
Yeah.
Nikijaribu kuangalia the games that Arsenal are playing, man, hakuna chenye mlikuwa mnacheza hapo. Don't even think for a minute ati kucheza mimi mlikuwa mnacheza hivyo ndio mtakuja mcheze na sisi mshinde 4-0.
Brother, listen to me.
See, so all of us we've been struggling.
Yeah, no. We've not been struggling. We've not been struggling. First of all, get this. We Arsenal by the Arteta by has been experimenting, which by their fans actually have a reservation towards that. The fans were divided with that. The fans also saying who also have their own reservations towards he's split the fans. But now hold on, listen to me. So what I'm saying, for tomorrow's game, I don't think by the Arteta is going to experiment with actually playing Partey by the right back. All right. This time, by the way, this is a big game, so it's definitely going to play players in position. So the reason why probably maybe we actually the word is not even struggling. We've been in a transitional phase. Because we have players, and we are trying to test different systems and see how this system is going to work in case probably we have an injury. Remember last season, actually, I say this actually when you're off. Remember last season, Saliba got injured. Guys kept on asking by their Arteta, what's your plan B? Kwani una plan B? Kwani una plan C? So playing players of position, by the way, I think that's a plan but they is trying to have, because we have 38 games. It's 38 games. All right. So don't think actually tomorrow, but they're going to play the same system you're going to play. I agree. If you play the same system, but they've been playing with Partey at the right back and playing players of position, then we're going to struggle with Man United. But I don't think Arteta. I think Arteta understands the history and the rivalry between Arsenal and Manchester United. So tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow, Keshu.
Don, can I ask you a question?
You have to remind you, Manu. Yo, Lewis, acha nikukumbushe kitu moja.
Remind me.
Now, in the Premier League, you've had a very poor record versus the top 9 teams away from home. So, from that record, things are more likely to remain the same.
That's you saying. That's you saying.
That's what he's saying. Those are facts. That's what he's saying.
Okay, angalia. Ngoja kwanza mtafanya nini hata nisahau chenye nilikuwa nataka kusema. Don, back to you. Back to you. Remember, this one is EPL, right? Ligi imeanza. Si ndio?
Yes.
Mwache kujieka sijori ya Arteta was trying. There's nothing like trying, man. Not unless he just tell us atuambie what the fuck is happening, because there's nothing like trying in EPL.
Bro, I don't know which football you've been watching. I don't know which football you've been watching. Let me ask you.
Listen, Don. Listen. Listen. Let me talk.
The Community Shield by that we played versus Man City. Why was Partey playing?
Let me talk, Don. Let's agree on this. Let's agree on this. Let's agree on this. If it's trying, angefanya hizo takataka zenye nafanya wapi? Kwa friendly before the EPL ianze.
Mimi sielewi unasema takataka.
Sawa. If it's trying, if it is trying the way you people are putting it, there's nothing like trying. He believes in Partey. He believes in Partey.
No. Hold on. Listen. Rich, go ahead.
Rich.
You see, let me just explain one thing. You see, even Pep has always been experimenting. You remember there was a time Bernardo Silva was playing as a left back and he was inverting to the midfield. The same way.
So what if Manu is say? What if Manu is say? Also, Ten Hag is trying to experiment, because the likes of Akina Dalot, they are not left back, but they are playing left back, right?
That is not
the likes of the likes of Nani, the lack of Mount. Mount, do you know the position Mount usually play?
Si no, nakwambia bro.
Why is he playing him? Why is he playing two attacking midfielders? So meaning, in short, all of us are trying to experiment then.
Siusikie nikwambie bro. For you, it's not experimentation, because you just put those players in those na maintain the system yenye mnacheza. City, when we play with Partey at the right back, you know what happens? He inverts and plays at the midfield. There's Havertz there making runs, So when we experiment, we are not experimenting and maintaining the 4-3-3 formation. When you experiment, our formation in a change in a 6-2-3. 6 attacking players, 2 midfield players, and 3 defensive players. No. That is what happened. when we experiment. But you mkicheck position ya pili, it goes to 4-3-3 ama 4-2-3-1 ama 4-3-1-2. I don't know, but it never changes when you play your players in there.
So let's agree on this, Ridge. So I'll be right if I say also as Man United we are experimenting, because first of all we are not playing the same formation we used to play. Second, some of our players are not even playing in their right positions. So nikisema we are also experimenting, I'll be right?
That's okay. That is what you want to say.
Stop. Let's stop fooling ourselves that Arteta is experimenting. Buda kama kimeumana. Hakuna sijui experimenting.
I don't know mazee unabonga ball gani bro. Haijaumana bro, listen bana. Unajua mazee wewe msomi kuja bana tangu sijui early 2000. Wacha kuongea kama mazee kulia futa juzi bana. Listen. Yeah, let me wind up. I think we need to wind up, man. We're 2 hours. We've been 2 hours here. So Junior, anyway, man. Regardless of the banter, it was just banter, man. Don't take it personally. Thank you so much.
I'm okay.
Actually,
okay. So my prediction is a draw.
It's a draw.
Because because nikiangalia game yenye mlikuwa mnacheza, man, it doesn't add up.
That's fine. Listen, I think we can argue till tomorrow. Those are okay. Everybody has a prediction. I think we'll go back to the records after the game, and then we'll see who was right. But anyway,
Bridget 3-1, Rich 2, down 4, Seda 2-1. Mimi draw.
Okay. Draw ya nini? 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 5-5.
1-1.
1-1. All right, so sawa. That's it, man. Junior, thank you for turning up for Seda and Bridget. If you guys are watching, also thank you for turning up. If you're new here, for the guys who are actually very active in the comment section, we want to thank you. For the guys who actually also like the live, we want to thank you. We don't take it for granted. Yes, Rich.
I'm saying shout out to Roger Savo, because he was here today again. So yeah, good to have you. Tomorrow tutakuwa mtaa bro. So I expect tutaonana hapo hivyo mtaa tukipiga live stream Savo.
For sure, bro, for sure, man. All right, my people, man.
Roger anasema 2-1 to Arsenal. Win to Arsenal.
Yes. All right. Yes. All right.
Sawa.
Cheers.